Sass Squad, welcome to the video. Today we're going to do one final video in Great League before we switch over to Ultra Premier tomorrow. And I wanted to test out a team that I built last season. You guys may remember a video I already posted. There's a link up there in the corner that you can watch that video. But I'm going to show you another 5-0 I did tonight with this team. And man, Tentacruel is such a beast when you can line it up correctly against your opponent. So without further ado, let's just jump into our matches here. Alright guys. Yeah, I've had a blast playing Great League this season. Make sure you guys come check me out on Twitch. I will be streaming tomorrow right when Ultra League goes live. So as you can see here, this is a spicy team. We get a low and Sandslash lead against my Scrafty, which my opponent decided to switch out, and I'm going to stay in and throw foul play on my opponent's Cresselia before I actually switch into Tentacruel. I know this seems like a weird play, but I was pretty confident they were running Moonblast, Grass Knot, and not Future Sight, and I wasn't really scared of Psycho Cut damage, so I brought in Tentacruel here knowing that Tentacruel wasn't going to help out much against the Alone Sandslash, and I still have my own Cresselia to deal with an opponent's Azumarill if there happens to be one on their team. So as you can see, yeah, Tentacruel, we can commit one shield and we end up flipping switch advantage again. So I'm going to throw an acid spray here on Sandslash. I'm going to be patient and just let Sandslash kill Tentacruel, because I know there's really no moves that Alone Sandslash can throw here that are threatening to me. And as you can see, I'm just going to farm down, take the move. They have a Toxicroak in the back, and I just thought this team was pretty much getting hard countered by mine, because I honestly didn't even have to throw that energy. I was like giving my opponent, guess, false hope. But yeah, we have Confusion Cresselia on this team. It wasn't obvious by the way that final battle played out. Alright, let me bring up my second battle of the set here. Good game, by the way. Very spicy team again. This whole season, I've seen some of the craziest team comps, and honestly, it's been a blast. Okay, so we get the Alolan Marowak lead, and I'm going to stay in, and I don't really like to bait too much in this matchup, because I feel like it's better just to go straight aggressive, because it doesn't seem they like the shield that first one. I don't know how other people play as Scrafties, but I generally don't like to bait much with it if I don't have to. Okay, so yeah, as you can tell there, we end up flipping that match, but it makes sense as the rest of his team unfolds here. It makes sense why he played the Marowak that way, because as you can see, they bring in Ferrothorn, and that's usually a tall tale sign that they can't really deal with this, like the Pokemon that you're currently using, because clearly that means whatever they have in the back is weak to fighting. And as you'll see here, that's exactly what we're going to witness right after I counter down Ferrothorn. Well, actually he switches out, but he brings in Shiftry, which, yeah, like we said, it became pretty obvious to us that we were in a really good position. And yeah, what a scary Pokemon to be weak to whenever you lead it and it can ramp up. But yeah, we didn't really have anything to really worry about here. I could just bring in Tentacruel, and my opponent just ends up quitting the match. I don't blame them. Let me bring in third battle here. Okay, so we get Scrafty against Marowak again. This is very common lead, and they bring in a Wigglytuff, and thankfully we have Tentacruel, because we can find ourselves to be in a really nice position here. I didn't really have to throw the acid spray in hindsight, because I was gonna tank a move regardless of what happened here. Maybe that was the better play. Maybe it would have became a little too scary with the charm. But I guess thinking they might be afraid of the Hydro Pump, they might shield this, but they make a great call, and they just don't shield. And a lot of times I don't. This is a weird team because there's a lot of baiting involved on this team, but I don't really like the bait with Tentacruel much either, because it feels like no one ever likes shielding it, because no one wants to shield the acid spray. But as you can see, they bring in Azumarill, we can bring in Cresselia, and I think they were thinking, oh, I got rid of your Tentacruel, so Azumarill has the free reign here. But I'm going to charge up the 2 Grass Knots, and then I'm going to launch them back to back here. And as you can see, we end up getting both shields because my opponent wants to use the Marowak as their win condition. Oh wait, no. They actually don't shield there, which I thought was actually kind of interesting considering I have 2 shields. But I can actually farm down. And I'm deciding that, you know, there's really no point to shield here, and they end up trying to bait, which ends up really hurting them here a lot, because not only can they not knock out Cresselia, but there really isn't a way for them to knock out Scrafty safely, so they make the risky play here, thinking I'm going to bait. And that was an interesting call, but it's pretty much a coin flip at that point. Alright, let's bring up our next opponent here. Okay, what do we have a lead against? So we have Shadow Machamp lead. This was a really scary lead. I'm never really too sure if I'm going to be able to win a match against the Shadow Machamp leads, because Scrafty, it's like I don't know how to play around it. Because I know Cresselia is a great matchup for it, but I don't want to switch to my Cresselia because a lot of times they're just going to switch on a Stunfisk or a Steel type. And this time I decided to switch in Tentacruel, thinking, you know, they're going to bait maybe with Cross Chop, and I made a good call not shield, and they switch in Skarmory. Go straight Hydro Pump. That's what I'm talking about, guys. Go straight Hydro Pump, and they don't shield it. That puts me in a pretty decent scenario now, because I can bring in Scrafty on the Skarmory and not really fear. I can actually farm it because they don't even shield at all, and we have Switch, so we don't have to even worry about taking too much counter damage here. And fortunately, we can actually get off 1 confusion. And in the back, look, they have all Azumarill. So we have our Cresselia lined up here. Yeah, I think it's this match where I save 2 Grass Knots and they double shield. Yeah, because I think this is a better play, especially since I'm running Confusion. Since it's a 4-turn move, I'd like to stack these Grass Knots instead of just launching them as I get them. And as you can tell, that was a pretty nice play on our end. And at this point, I think they're a little nervous that they're not going to be able to get to their move before I get to mine. So they try to switch into Machamp, thinking that they're catching my energy, and they end up just feeding the beast. And we can throw a Grass Knot here to finish off the match. GG's. GG's to all these people so far. Let's bring up our final battle here. So, Scrafty. Really powerful Pokemon, but also definitely has its negative matchups for sure. Just because Azu's so popular. Anyways, we have Stunfisk lead, and surprisingly they decided to stay in, and honestly, I don't normally, especially if I'm winning this, like I'm winning like this in the game, I don't really feel the need to shield there. And they switch in their Hitmonchan, and I can just line up Cresselia. I really like running Confusion over Psycho Cut. I mean, there's a lot of times where obviously it can feel nicer to have the faster energy gain, but it's matches like this where you can play a little more strategic, where you can just kind of farm down and then use your energy accordingly. By the way, guys, I don't actually have a green screen. I'm just testing out this zoom filter for fun on this video. If you guys enjoyed this video today, consider subscribing, liking this video. Dislike if you don't like it. Let me know if you guys... I've actually seen people run this team. I faced someone tonight that was pretty much running the exact same team as me, except they were running Bronzong. If you were that person, GG's. Because I was not expecting that. I was like, man, they do have Tentacruel in the back. Crazy. But anyways, this match. So, as you can tell, I can get off a foul play on the Hypno, and yeah, I'll be able to pull this one off, fortunately. I have a pretty nice advantage. I mean, they decided to dump energy. I'm guessing they're double elemental punch. And I decided, since I haven't revealed Tentacruel, I can just kind of bring it in at this point. And there's no, like, even though the confusions are going to hurt, there's not one move in particular that's scary enough for my Tentacruel. And they switch in the Stunfisk, and I have enough energy just to launch a Grass Knot. I don't even want to risk it. And yeah, we can just Confusion down there. So we go 5-0 with this team, and this is a really fun team I built last season, and I haven't really seen many people run it, but I have had people reach out to me and say they've tried this team out, and there are some really tough matchups just due to the nature of this current season, but Let me know if you guys try this team out. We'll catch you during Ultra League. Be sure to check out my Twitch stream. Until next time, the Sass Squad is getting stronger each and every day. You guys have a good morning, evening, afternoon, and I'll catch you guys in the next video or tomorrow on my stream. Peace out, guys.